And the more specific thing that I want to share with you all today is the fact that the U.S. will also receive attack. It was when I was receiving these revelations about the Korean War that is to come. It was December 14, 2013, where I not only began receiving revelations about the war in Korea, but I also saw the United States Capitol being attacked. At the time, having seen this revelation once, having received it only once, I didn't want to say anything, and I dared not say anything. And one of the scenes that I saw was of the United States Capitol. And does anyone here know how the United States Capitol looks like? I myself had no idea, but the Lord took me to the earth and showed me a long hall with something that resembled a top. And there was a pointy tip at the center of it. But the Lord did not show me the whole hall, but only half of it. But in my heart, without a doubt, I knew that it was not the Korean National Assembly Hall, because the Korean National Assembly Hall is rather short in comparison to what I had seen. And this room that I had seen was long and had something that resembled a top placed in the center of it. No idea what kind of building it was, even as I was seeing the building falling apart after being hit by a missile. And the thought that I had in heaven was, isn't that the United States Capitol? And it's also very important to remember that the thoughts that you have in heaven, because these are the thoughts that the Lord causes you to have to come to understanding. And I had no idea what this building was, but the Lord caused me to know. And I wondered to myself, is this how the United States Capitol looks like by any chance? And after that, the revelation ended, and a few days afterwards, I saw the United States Capitol on the news, and it looked exactly like what the Lord had shown me. And then I realized, that's right. What I saw in heaven was the United States Capitol being hit by a missile and burning. And that way, the Lord confirmed this happening of war for me. When we were descending from heaven to earth, I saw a combat plane flying, just whizzing past us. And seeing these things, I was scared. And currently, it is August, and before arriving here in the month of May, the Lord took me again to the earth. And this time we went to America. And while we were going to America, I saw the Statue of Liberty, which, as we all know, is in New York. And the size of the statue is big, and it was crumbling after being hit by a missile. And beginning from the head to the shoulders, it was crumbling down. And also, what is there in Washington, D.C.? The whole area was being attacked. And in Washington, D.C., there is the United States Capitol as well as the White House. While the Lord was showing me the whole area of Washington, D.C., and the Statue of Liberty being attacked, He told me a Bible verse. It says, "There will not be left here one stone upon another that will not be thrown down." Everyone, seeing America attacked and receiving this verse that there will not be one stone left upon another that will not be thrown down, I wondered to myself whether this was speaking of the entirety of America or was it just one part? Is it just New York and Washington, D.C.? And seeing and hearing this in heaven, there were questions that arose in my heart, but the Lord did not address these questions. And for myself, seeing the attack made on America one day while going to heaven, there was a carriage that was taking me to heaven. And atop the carriage, there were many, many American flags. In the past, it reminded me of how when the president would pass by, the people would wave the flag towards the president. Just like that, there were numerous flags atop the carriage. And I was wondering why there were so many American flags placed upon the carriage taking me to heaven. I was slightly suspicious and wary of this, not knowing what it meant or what it was. And normally when I'm taken to heaven, there are many clothed in white that are greeting me on the side as I meet with Jesus. These people are those that will be with Christ when he returns to redeem his resurrected people. And these are the first of the people that will be with him on the cloud when Jesus returns to redeem. And these people normally greet me, but on that particular day when the carriage had numerous flags pinned on top of it, I found them crying. And in heaven, it seemed as though there was an air of mourning. It was a scene, there was so much sadness and weeping in heaven. And I questioned in my heart why these people were found crying. The Lord revealed to me that it was because war had erupted and there were many who had perished. Many were saddened in heaven because of the many souls that were lost. And the many flags atop the carriage were to mark the many who had been deceased. In America, when many die, it is customary to place American flags. I mentioned that there were many American flags atop the carriage I was upon. I did not know the reason for that initially, but going to heaven I seeing those clothed in white crying, and when I asked the reason for this, it was revealed to me that it was because of the many who died in the war. And personally, I did not want to say that many would perish in America because of the war, because there is no one that likes revelations of wars. I shared the revelation of the Korean War, but is there anyone who likes that? I shared this revelation to pray and prepare, but now I dare say that America will also bear attack. And I wanted to hide this revelation and not share it. And I told the Lord that I did not want to share, and I decided in my heart not to do so. But going to heaven the next day, I saw the Lord holding a whip. For all the times that I had been to heaven, I had never seen the Lord holding a whip. A while after the Lord, he just vanished, and meaning that he did not even want to speak with me or see me. And I was wondering, Lord, what did I do to make you so upset, to even have you hold a whip against me, although you did not hit me? And while I was thinking this, I remembered it in my heart that I decided not to speak of the attacks, of the revelations that he had given into me about America. And then I realized that had angered the Lord, which is why he stood before me holding the whip. And so I said, Lord, I will do it. And then he appeared before me. Lord, I will do it. In today's Bible passage it says, nation will rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. I thought to myself, which nation attacked America? Is it North Korea? North Korea seems too far away, but when I shared this with someone, they mentioned that Russia is a mere 5 to 6 hours away from New York and Washington, D.C. They're more than capable of launching a missile at any moment. And has anyone ever heard lately that Russia and China are preparing for war? I mean, there's always talk of war, but I believe that this is not something that should just be bypassed. And afterwards I said, Lord, if nation will rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, when exactly will this war occur? I mean, would you not be curious if the Lord reveals such things to you? Lord, when will this war occur? The Lord had said soon, but I also desire to know the date of when it would occur. We know that the timing is of the Lord, and he said, you desiring to know the date is against my holiness. And he revealed to me what it meant to go against his holiness. He reminded me of when Moses led the Israelites out of the wilderness. Moses was told to command the rock to give water, but instead Moses took his staff and he hit the rock twice for water. For this the Lord was angered, and he said, because you did not show Israel my glory, you will not lead them into the land of Canaan. And just like that, the Lord explained that desiring to know the exact date takes away from his holiness and his glory. So I confess, Lord, I will not desire to know the date, but just as you have revealed, may South Korea and America be united and prepared for this war. Let them be ready for a preemptive attack to lessen the harm that they will receive. And so this time around, the Lord reveals specifically about the attack on America. As seen in Matthew 24:7, it says, "Nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom." And I believe that as the Lord has spoken, this word will soon come to pass. You must pray for the world and for America.